Hi YouTubers, my name is Dumelo and welcome to Therapy and Aesthetics. Today I'll be focusing on areas such as down the spine, around the scapular bone, basically all the areas of the upper back. Now we're going to be working on our upper trapezius, lower trapezius, rhomboids and into our latissimus dorsi area. I will be applying oil first. The choice of oil for today is our grapeseed oil, but you can use any oil of your choice, whether it's avocado oil, sunflower seed oil, arnica oil, as long as it's healthy for the skin and it creates enough slip for the area. Now when starting any massage, we always start with an effleurage movement, which you will see in a bit. Your effleurage movement is always an introduction to your massage. It always welcomes your hands to the customer's energy and also allows you to confirm pressure with the customer. The next movement we'll be performing is a kneading movement using our thumbs. As you can see, I'm using the flat end of my thumb and I'm going to be working along the upper trapezius muscle. So we're going to work down the upper trapezius and moving right back up into the neck. Make sure that you're doing a kneading movement with your flat thumb and make sure you're feeling the muscle tissue as well as any tension in the area. We're then going to be moving down the spine and we're still using the thumbs. I'm going to do a stroke down and then a kneading 3 times with some rotaries on the area. So we stroke down the spine and then we knead with some rotaries on the area. This allows us to feel any muscle tension, feel for any knots that might be in the area that we might want to come back to later on to focus on. The next movement we'll be performing is a kneading movement using our flat hand as well as our thumbs. This kneading movement is working specifically on the upper trapezius and the lower trapezius muscle. So we need to feel for any muscle tension, any knots, and help to break down that lactic acid in the area. I'm going to start off on the left, or rather right shoulder, and then we're going to move on to the left shoulder. I repeat the same movements on the left shoulder. Once I'm satisfied with this area, I will then work on both areas, left and right shoulder, together at the same time. The next movement we'll be performing is a stroking down and along the scapular bone using our flat fingers as well as our thumbs. So we're literally just going around that scapular bone, feeling for any tension, feeling for any knots, so that we can revisit later if need be. But this also allows to stimulate microcirculation in the area. Then we're moving on to our knuckling movement. So I'm using my knuckles, but I'm using the soft cushion or the soft tissue of my knuckles, not necessarily the area with the bone. And we're working along the upper trapezius over here. Again, this is to stimulate microcirculation, release any tension, and break down any lactic acid in the area. I'm moving from the neck all the way down to our trapezius muscle. In that same area, we're going to be doing a stroking using our knuckles again. So I'm just stroking from the shoulder into the trapezius muscle up to the neck. Moving on from that, I'm using my fists and I'm working down the rhomboids into the, or rather down the spine, partially into our latissimus dorsi. And from here, I'm going to work simultaneously, working up and down at this area. Once we're done stroking, we're going to do an ironing out of the rhomboids, working from the upper trapezius, and we literally just work down the spine, doing an ironing movement. Each movement we repeat 3 times. next movement we're going to do is a stroking down the spine using our flat thumbs. So I'm doing almost like a kneading movement down the spine. This again is to allow to release any tension, any lactic acid, and increase microcirculation in the area. So we're going to do the left side of the spine first, and then we're going to move on to the right side of the spine. With our next movement, we're going to be working with our forearms, and I'm basically doing a rotary right around the scapular bone. I'm working from the upper trapezius down the spine, around the scapular bone, into the shoulder girdle, up into the neck. So we just do rotaries right around. First we do at the same time, then we move on into doing it and repeating it simultaneously. We end off the massage with an effleurage movement. The way you start the massage is the way you end it. This is also just to say goodbye to the customer's energy. Thank you for joining me, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.